then a 2D clicker game.
Inspired by some of my favorite movement games. The melee
I'm making a multiplayer gun building
way to get to the other.
Man, you have time.
Man, I wished I had a cool project to show. Wait, but I do have one. So what exactly is AVT? AVT is a CMS like WordPress, Drupal or Joomla. And why did I made one? Because I was too frustrated with current solutions like WordPress. It's too bloated. It's using old legacy code, it's filled with ads, and it just slows down your website. That's why I chose to make my own. So, how does it work? It's actually quite simple. I made my own custom framework.
Stop it. Get some help.
So let me break it down for you. This simplified madness of objects can be broken down into simple diagram. First, user visits the website. After that, the framework is started. Then, packages are loaded. Routes are created. Corresponding controller is being started. And finally, page renders. I won't get too technical on package loading, but this method will cost us 1,000 years. To create a package, I am using my own custom tool called Package Creator. It's quite simple to use, it's made in C# and it just takes all the parameters that it needs for a package to work. Okay, the goal for this package for this episode is definitely just to display some text on a custom route. Right now I am fixing class names that were broken from Package Creator. Their naming was definitely wrong and that will cause some troubles later on. As you can see, this is fully object-oriented programming. This is my primary goal with this CMS, is to allow developers to use only OOP principles for development of packages, themes and plugins. Here I am actually changing developer environment. This will allow me to use two different ways of deploying packages to my CMS. This way I have full control of what goes where. Now to summarize what I'm actually doing, you need to know that there are 4 runtime APIs. The runtime API itself is the base skeleton. It can work on its own, but it's most designed as the foundation for the others. Other 3 types are linker, controller and router. The linker API connects different runtimes within the same package. By allowing multiple runtimes from the same package, you have better code organization and it's a little bit more flexible to work with. Now we have a runtime controller. It's responsible mainly for registering controllers that correspond to your package. And finally, Runtime Rater API is there to manage new routes that were added by your package. Each runtime consists of 3 main methods. It's setup environment, setup and main. Setup environment is the method that you will see later on in the video. Gave me the most headache because it wasn't behaving as it should. As you can see, I'm having trouble with creating passable objects, and you will see that it took quite some time to figure out why. Now I will show you a simple diagram what is happening. As you can see, linker is used to connect multiple runtimes in a single package. It should also enable intercompatibility with controller and router. This works by executing these methods in a sequence. The environment setup is used to create a passable object in a linker, controller and router, while setup acts as a constructor. Main is used to execute code. The final product should look like this. Linker can communicate with router, router can communicate with controller, and controller can communicate with linker. But we ended with something like this. Nothing is connected. They are all separated and can't see each other. That tells me that the bug is likely here. After 3 hours of bug hunting, I was kinda able to find the bug. Well, not kinda, I was able to find the bug. As it turns out, I accidentally called constructor in environment setup. What that means is that it overrides everything that was set before the plugin was created. So yeah, almost 3 hours was needed to find that I actually called constructor environment setup.